your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
Where are these opportunity zones in Florida? Where can you find them? That's what people have always asked me. So there's a site here where you can go in, and I'll put the link to this in the description below. But all these green areas here in the state of Florida are opportunity zones. Notice where the big ones are. So I'm going to zoom in and move over, and zoom in and move over, and I'm going to scroll down and see. I was looking up here because being in Boca, didn't want to have to go too far. And as I go down here, here's Boynton, and here's Delray. And I said, wow, why don't I do something up in here? So I went to go look at it, started talking to people. It's a nice property. It's acres and acres of property, but I didn't look further down. And as I got further down, I started seeing all this here. I mean, you're talking about an area in Fort Lauderdale. Let me just zoom in for you. All right, so this is Sunrise Boulevard, and it's going right through Sunrise. This is Sunrise Boulevard, and that goes right through the middle of the opportunity zone. It goes all the way west to State Road 7, all the way south to Broward, and then to the north it's bounded by basically, this looks like Northwest 19th Street, and then a little piece of it also goes through up here into Mill Pond Park area. That's a huge swath of land. And then there's a carve out here that they're not allowing opportunity zone. But all this area through here, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties that are sitting there. Some of them aren't even vacant or underdeveloped. But the city has rezoned many of these properties so that if you buy a duplex over there and it may be zoned for 8 units, you can buy it, tear it down, put up 8 units. Got to do your performance, make sure your numbers work, but there is just so much opportunity here. No pun intended. And it's crazy. And there's another one up here in Oakland Park. I love Oakland Park. I made a ton of money in Oakland Park. Here's an area that's basically from Northeast 44th Street down to Oakland Park Boulevard, from Dixie Highway to Andrews. Another absolute gold mine. I don't know if the people there know what they're sitting on. That's what I'm looking at going, wait a second. I know exactly what's going on there. I've owned and sold properties in that area. I am extremely familiar with that entire block of parcels there. That's not even a real, as we can say without sounding bad, that's not even a real bad area. Seriously, that's not a bad area. And if you, I mean, it's bordering on North Andrews Gardens, bought and sold a bunch of houses there, Lloyd Estates. It's nice. It's basically going to find 2 and 3 bedroom houses between 800 and 1,200 square feet. The prices now are crazy up in there. I mean, I was buying houses for $55,000 and $60,000 back then. They're probably at close to $300,000 right now, but most of the area is outdated. Not bad, it's outdated. So what the city of Oakland Park and Fort Lauderdale is saying is buy some property in here, go ahead and find out what the zoning is or get it rezoned, and build something that is affordable. Build something that's going to enhance the neighborhood and enhance the people who want to live in these neighborhoods. Now, let me just tell you something. We're talking about an area, I mean, here's the beach right here. Here's that area. Here's the other area of Fort Lauderdale. We are talking prime areas. We're not talking way west of the turnpike. Here's the turnpike out here. Let me, oops, I didn't put it on. I'm sorry, my fault. So here's the turnpike This is the line for the turnpike where we see it blinking. This is the ocean, all the way to your right. These areas here are a hop, skip, and a jump from the beach. That's not a bad area at all. I mean, we're talking, here's Coral Woods, here's the intercoastal going right along here. If I can blow it up any further, this is US 1. Move over, and then Dixie and North. Here's Federal Highway right there. Here's Federal Highway. Has a twist through the east side of Sunrise. So we're talking a few blocks off of US 1 in Fort Lauderdale. In fact, the tip of the opportunity zone in Fort Lauderdale is right here. And I mean, you can click on it, and it gives you some information about it, tells you, basically what the economic makeup is of it. But we're talking East Sunrise and Northeast. This is right here next to the beach. That's an opportunity zone of epic proportions. There's going to be, especially people coming down from New York, there's going to be a ton of people that would be willing to live here and willing to pay some money here. Now, me personally, I would look to say, listen, if I'm going to build a 20-unit property, I would make at least 7 or 8 of the units affordable and still be able to make money on the high end and the multifaceted mixed use type properties. Some storefronts on the bottom, boom, boom, and you put some apartments and things on the top. That's a home run, people. That's what I'm looking for investors from, and that's what an opportunity zone is. I'm not going to worry about Delray anymore. This is my home yard. This area right there, that's my backyard. I'm ready to play there. I know this area like the back of my hand, and that's why I know there's a lot of opportunity here. So let me go back. So I was talking to you about a video that played on the news this morning, talking about how the present administration has raised almost $75 billion for the opportunity zones in the last 2 years. Let's take a look at that.
Results are in on President Trump's opportunity zones created as part of the tax overhaul back in 2017. The White House Council of Economic Advisors reports that the tax break has attracted $75 billion in private investment in 2 years, potentially lifting 1 million people out of poverty. Plus, a boost in housing values, creating $11 billion in new wealth as well. Here with the impact of this initiative is the...
Okay, before they start getting into that, those numbers are staggering. Absolutely staggering. $75 billion invested thus far. Now, that's not government money. That's private companies, private individuals, private investors coming in and dumping money into previously blighted areas and helping to lift them up. I can already tell you where the next opportunity zones are going to be. Not sure anyone's going to rush to get there, but with all the stuff these people are burning down and acting crazy, there's going to be a bunch of opportunity. Maybe that's why they're doing this crap, is because they know it's the only way they're going to get these areas fixed up. But that's going to be years. Right now, I'm just going to worry about what's in front of me. This Fort Lauderdale stuff is just amazing. It's ready to go. We're not going to have to worry about dealing with rioters. This area's already been cleaned out. It's traffic calmed. It's an amazing area. So let's continue with this video.
Executive Director of the White House Opportunity and Revitalization Council, and of course, former NFL cornerback Scott Turner. Scott, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. I'm looking at the core ideas that the campaign would like Donald Trump to achieve in a second term. And under jobs, one is create 10 million new jobs in 10 months, create 1 million new small businesses, and expand opportunity zones. And that's your department. So explain what they are and how they have worked so well so far.
Well, thank you. So opportunity zones are those census tract communities in America that see a high poverty rate, a low median income rate, oftentimes a high crime rate. There's 8,764 opportunity zones across our country. And these are the communities that have been underserved and no investment has been in decades. And so we have been working
I had to stop it there because he explains it. He's talking fast, as typical political guy does. These are neighborhoods that have been overlooked completely for decades. Decades. There's no reason why you should be able to drive through Sistrunk in some of these areas and see the same ghetto area that you saw in 1990 and still see it today 30 years later. There's no reason for it. It's just completely neglect. But people have since figured out is that the way to get these things renovated, redeveloped, is to bring in outside money, private money. But in order to do that, you've got to offer people an incentive to do so.
Tirelessly over the last year across the country, implementing the initiative of opportunity zones, public-private partnerships, working with nonprofits, local entities, community leaders. And as you see, the CEA report that will be launched today gives a glaring, just a tremendous report about the investments that have been made and committed in job creation and new housing and retail and manufacturing and, you know, just the creation of wealth inside of our most impoverished communities. So I'm very humbled.
Okay, so notice what he said there. He said housing, retail, manufacturing, all of this put together with the housing. See, it's not just about going in and building tenements. Nobody I know wants to go in and replicate Cabrini Green. That's not the idea. The idea is to build, you know, high quality, walkable neighborhoods. You know, with a you know, if you can get a bank to come in on the ground floor, if you can get a Starbucks to come in on the ground floor of your mixed-use facility, maybe even a small public satellite store where people can actually shop and don't have to take the bus across town, or some other little market, little bodega that you can put on the first floor, and then you have your residential units above that. Then you have your work and live, where down below you may have some office space or incubation space. These are all the things that make these opportunity zones the opportunity that they are.
I'm glad that this report is coming out, and I hope the American people also be appreciative of the president's policies and the work that has been done by so many.
Well, and in fact, going forward, Scott, the president has essentially an opportunity agenda, and it's not just the opportunity zones, but it's changes to healthcare, and more importantly, it's changes with education, where people, wherever you live, would have school choice, because going forward, particularly during COVID times, where it's
Now imagine that. Maybe one of the units, you know, the retail units on the ground floor is a school, a charter school, where you now have the money as a part of your development, is to say, hey, listen, we're going to put a school on the ground floor. We're going to do like some maybe pre-K stuff over on this side, and we're going to have the ability to teach. We're going to build a building where people can teach right there in the community. Come on, man. This is a opportunity of a lifetime. Pun was intended this time, and I'm not sure why people fight it, because they think, as the guy I showed you, they think it's all rich people coming in and make money. It's not, man. It's having an idea and saying, wow, that piece of crap over there has been crap for 20 years. What if I could put a laundromat there? It doesn't have to be housing. What if I could put, I don't know, a daycare center? What if I put a kennel? There's all kinds of things you can do if you're willing to do it.
Certain whether or not certain schools are going to be open. It would be nice for parents to have the ability to put their kids in a school of their choice.
Well, absolutely. You know, education unlocks the potential for so many young people that are in zip codes and school districts that are underserving them. And we don't want our children across America, throughout America, every ethnicity, every socioeconomic background, we want them to be in prison because because of their zip code. We want them to be released to fulfill their potential and have the opportunity to be taught by the best teachers, be it virtual learning, be it distance learning, be it in class, but to have parents give them a choice so that their children can be properly educated and have a tremendous future.
Yeah, absolutely. You should not be precluded from climbing the socioeconomic ladder because of your zip code. And a certain, I don't know what you want to say, a certain political party has benefited by keeping people in those areas dependent. Like the guy on Twitter. He only thinks it's good if the government does it, but the government doesn't do it. So you've got this circular craziness going on where, hey, listen, we don't want people to get rich. Okay, who's going to do it? The government. Government's like, we can't do it. Well, I guess we keep this as a hellhole here, and these people are stuck here for decades, and nothing happens. It just doesn't work that way, and you can't tax your way to it because people just get the dinosaur arms, they pull back, and they're not going to give you their money. They donate to charity, they donate, but they're not going to invest, and what we need in these communities is investment. Needless to say, here's the crux of it. These opportunity zones are absolute gold mines for everybody. The person investing is putting up their money. They're getting some tax deferment and tax credits over a period of time. The community is benefiting hugely because now they have desirable places to live, places to eat. I mean, down here on Sistrunk, Flowrider, the rapper, he's got a nice place there where he's got a restaurant and he's got some studio space, and you know he has done something with it. He's giving back to the community. I'm not sure why people are so upset about this stuff. So when we get back from the break here, I'm going to talk to you about some of the stuff that's going on here in our local community and what's exactly going to happen moving forward with some of this stuff.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip of the Barry Cunningham Show. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, I talk about real estate and the trends and news that affect real estate and making money in real estate. So if you want to see us live, just go ahead and click the subscribe button below, or just click the link below, which is going to be a link to the archives of all of our live shows. And then we'll go ahead and cut these up and get them out there so you can see the clips of the various shows. But in any event, I'm glad you're watching. Please continue to watch and have a great day. Get out there and make some money. And we'll see you on the next episode.